everybody, it is Craig, Whispering Storyteller here, and I hope you are well. Now, I haven't whispered for a while. I've done quite a lot of soft-spoken videos lately, so I thought I would just return to a little bit of whispering. This video is very impromptu. I haven't really planned it like I would normally plan a video. And the reason I'm doing it is because I've just been gifted this from a friend. It was just a random gift, and I thought, oh wow, why not do a whisper about it? So I've received this. It is Ritter Sport chocolate. Ritter Sport chocolate. Ritter. This is a 9-piece box with all these little kind of mini chocolates inside. Do you see them? Now, Ritter Sport was out when I was a kid. It was very popular indeed. It was kind of like a luxury chocolate, and it kind of stood quite proudly with Cadbury's and Roundtrees, all of the great chocolates of the 1980s. But other than that, I don't really know a great deal about Ritter Sport. I don't even know why it's called Sport. It used to just be called Ritter, I believe. Do you get Ritter chocolate in the US or anywhere else? I wonder. So this is Ritter Sport Mini. So these are individually wrapped squares of chocolate. So these are kind of snack sized. And yeah, I think they might be German. I've got a feeling they're German. I don't know why I know that. So this is a family company. If I can get that to focus, since 1912, I'll just try and press that. Yeah, there we go. So it's a family chocolate since 1912, so it's been going quite a while. So this is the crunchy mix. Just get that to focus back on me. So what Ritter tells us on the box is that we love chocolate and you can taste it. It is 3 delicious crunchy flavours covered in milk chocolate. It is 100% certified sustainable cocoa birches. Perfect for gifting, which is what I got from a good friend. Sharing or simply enjoying yourself. this and maybe look to see what Ritter is all about and why it isn't as common as what it, oh, not common, but not as found. Oh, you don't come across it as much as what you used to. The box itself is really attractive. It's this nice yellow flavour, and there are the 3 flavours that we have inside. If I can just get that to focus again. Yeah, there we go. So we've got butter biscuit, we've got cornflakes, and we have salted caramel. Salted caramel. So let's open this bad boy up and let's have a taste. Some people say they don't like tapping. Is tapping now kind of a bygone thing for ASMR? Do you still enjoy it? I kinda do. I still like to hear a good tap. Now you push the tab and pull open there. And okay, might make a bit of a noise. Hopefully it won't make too much of a noise. There we go. It's open. And there's the box inside. So this one here, the first one, is a cornflake square. Get that to focus in. So it's very nicely wrapped, very neatly in this little square, and it is Ritter chocolate with crispy, crunchy cornflakes. Crispy, crunchy cornflakes. Get my teeth in. Yeah, and the logo for Ritter. In a minute I will check on my computer what Ritter's all about, but in the meantime let's have a taste of this. I'm just going to go in and open it. But there we go. There is the chocolate bar itself. Now it's got 4 little squares. If I get that to zoom in. 4 little squares with the Ritter logo on it. Yeah. Okay, so we're going to have a taste of it and break it open. There we go. And let's have a taste test. Now I'll mark this out of 5. See how it goes. Let's pop it in now. The chocolate is very smooth. It's very melt in the mouth, a bit like Galaxy is. And the cornflakes are very crunchy indeed. lovely. It's not as creamy and sweet as Cadbury's chocolate. It's got a little bit more of a different vibe to it, which I can't explain. It's a bit strange and a bit hard to explain, but it is very creamy and very melt in your mouth, which is what I love about chocolate. It tastes a little bit more like dark chocolate, and it's not too sweet. But I give that a solid 5 out of 5. It has everything I like. I love the consistency of the crunchy cornflakes with the creamy, melt in your mouth chocolate. So for me, that was a winner. That was a real winner. So yeah, amazing, amazing, amazing. Okay, let's see the other flavour, the second flavour. Now this one is a I haven't got my glasses on. You're probably noticing I squint a lot when I look at things. I just haven't got my glasses on. So this one is a butter biscuit. Butter biscuit, and I'll bring it closer for you to see. Butter biscuit. Again, it looks very luxurious, very neatly packaged in this beautiful square that is very, very attractive. Now it's a fine cocoa cream. Cocoa cream. A fine cocoa cream, this one is. I don't know why the camera isn't zooming in when I bring it close. I've got to manually press it on the screen. They're quite tricky to open actually, without making a noise. You know, it is so warm today. It is almost in the 30s, 30 degrees, and the chocolate is actually melting. It's so warm and humid here. And that is the biscuit one. There we go. You can see it's all soft and melting. And that's inside of it. You can see it's a biscuit inside. Let's give this a try. Will it beat the cornflake one? Who knows? Can you hear me crunching? Oh, you know what? It does. It's on par with the cornflakes again. You've got that luxurious, thick coating of chocolate, and it's really, really well coated. And it's really melt in your mouth and smooth and just kind of really, really gets everywhere. But the biscuit is very, very crunchy and perfectly complements the thick chocolate. I loved it. I give it a solid 5 out of 5. But I've got to pick a favourite from this box. Talking about something really, really dull. We're talking about 3 chocolate squares. Which one is the best? Well, that'd be very hard to choose one between this one we're back to the yellow one. So this is the final one. So again, it is neatly packaged in a beautiful orange colour. This is salted caramel. I love to hear the crinkles of plastic. Yeah, now let's open this one. Again, very tightly packaged. It's very hard to rip it open. And I know this is soft already. There we go. There is our final swan song in that Ritter chocolate. Okay, let's break it in half. Now inside, we don't have the visible filling like we did with the other one. Let's zoom in. There we go. You don't have the visible layer like we did with the other ones. It's very, very kind of soft and chocolatey. So I think that is the salted caramel. Let's give it a go. 1, 2, 3. The salted caramel is quite brittle and it's crunching with the melted chocolate. It makes me think of a dime bar. Do you remember dime bars? Yeah, it's very crunchy indeed. Yeah, I'm getting the salted caramel flavour quite strongly now. It's very nice. Yeah, that's what it makes me think of. It's not too dissimilar to a dime bar. Okay, I've had a taste of all three now. Now this is important announcement. I've got to choose which one is the clear winner of these. Now, I have got a winner. Now for taste, the salted caramel definitely lingers after you've swallowed. You get that caramel kind of saltiness, kind of really coming out after the chocolate's gone. But I much prefer the biscuit one out of all. This one is my favourite. The butter biscuit. Why? Because I love the luxurious chocolate taste with the crunchy biscuit. It was the perfect complement for the chocolate. So I have found my winner in this little mini video. Thank you so much. Now what we will do is we'll have a look to see how Ritter, a little bit more about Ritter chocolate. So let's have a look to see what Ritter chocolate is all about. While that's going, I'll actually eat the rest of the biscuit one. Now there's actually lots of Ritter chocolates available. There is pistachio. There's marzipan, which I wouldn't really like. I'm not a big fan of marzipan. There's Ritter whole hazelnut. Ritter praline. Wow, salty chocolate. raisins, lots of different variations of that with that lovely Ritter chocolate. But what I need to understand is, what is Ritter? So we'll have a look at Wikipedia. Ritter Sport is a brand of chocolate bar from the family-owned Alfred Ritter, which has its headquarters in Germany. It was founded in 1912 by Clara and Alfred Ritter and has been family-owned ever since. Andreas Ronken has been the CEO since 2015. Each 100-gram bar is square and divided into 16 smaller squares, creating a 4x4 pattern. In 2013, the company introduced a new version divided into 9 bigger squares using a 3x3 pattern, and large bars weighing 250 grams. Mini bars are also available, though in fewer varieties, which is kind of this one that I have. I'm just going to carry on eating. I'll pop another salted caramel. So I'm just reading about how this started in Germany, in Stuttgart. It had 80 employees back in 1926, and the reason it's called Sport, so the reason it's called Ritter Sport is because Clara suggested creating a chocolate bar that would fit in any sport jacket pocket without breaking, but weighed the same as a normal bar. So it became that very square shape that could fit in your sport jacket pocket. Now the Second World War halted production and Ritter chocolates disappeared until the 1950s, when chocolate rationing was ended in West Germany. I'm going to go back to the Cornflake one now. From 1960 to 1970, sales tripled. So when his parents died, Alfred Otto Ritter took over, and in the 1970s it became more colourful with a brighter, unique colour designed for each flavour. Back to the salted caramel now. The brighter labels were seen in parallel with colour television, which Ritter advertised, which was another chance to push the brand even more. And in 1972, the company achieved sales of over 100 million for the first time. There is a Ritter Museum that opened in 2005. Isn't that amazing? There's lots and lots of information here, but it looks like there's some controversy. So after the Russian invasion of Ukraine in 2022, according to Wikipedia, the company came under criticism for continuing to hold on to its business in Russia. So this is quite popular in Russia. So the Russian market accounts for 7% of the company's turnover, and CEO pointed out that the 200 jobs in Germany depended on the Russian businesses. So that sale was important for cocoa farmers in West Africa and Central and South America, would otherwise lose their livelihoods. However, investment and marketing activities in Russia was stopped, and Ritter Sport claims it's donating the profits from its Russian business to the Ukraine. And this is melting away while I'm talking. I do hope you have enjoyed this little ramble about a simple chocolate bar. And I do hope you can join me for my next video, and thank you very much for tuning in.